Gulliver's Travels. Long ago in England, there lived a man named Lemuel Gulliver. He loved exploring and wanted to lead an adventurous life. So, he set sail on a voyage with some of his friends and crew members. The journey started on a positive note, and everyone had a good time. "This is the life I wanted," Gulliver said to himself as he stood on the deck, feeling the breeze on his skin. The sunlight made the water beneath glisten. The waves crashed against the ship. It was a merry sail for a few days. One afternoon, it started raining heavily, and the ship had to sail through heavy storms. It was a terrifying situation, and the sailor tried to balance the ship on the unsteady water. Unfortunately, the ship hit a rock and it split. Everyone on board tried to save himself. Some got on a boat, some swam, and a few even got drowned. Gulliver managed to get away on a boat with a few of his friends. As the boat moved ahead, it could no longer withstand the pressure. It toppled and turned. Yet again, Gulliver managed to save himself and swam. He kept on swimming with all his strength. After many hours, he saw a piece of land at a distance. Gulliver swam faster and reached there. Gulliver was so exhausted that he lay down on the land and fell into a deep sleep. He woke up after a long sleep of about 10 hours. "Why can't I move?" he murmured. Gulliver saw that his hands, hair, legs, and body were tied to the ground. There were tiny men and women gathered all around him. They were human-like creatures, no more than a few inches tall. It was a funny sight, and he gave a small laugh. Gulliver saw a very little man, about the size of his thumbnail, climbing up on his body. "You're in the land of Lilliputians," the tiny man whispered in Gulliver's ear. "We should take him to our emperor," the tiny man ordered his fellows. A huge wooden structure was brought, and Gulliver was pulled through the streets. At the emperor's palace, there were more men and women. It was an atmosphere of a carnival with a lot of chaos and mirth. Gulliver was amused at the activity of these tiny people. He was inspected by the emperor and his men. Thousands of local inhabitants came to experience this spectacle. "Who are you?" the emperor asked Gulliver. Gulliver explained his story while people marveled at him. "Well, if you want to stay here, you'll have to serve the Lilliputians," the emperor said. Gulliver agreed, and everyone was happy. He slowly gained the confidence of the people and that of the emperor. Gulliver was freed and provided with a huge amount of food and buckets of water. A house was also built for him. Gulliver helped the Lilliputians with their daily tasks. As days passed, he got to know that the neighboring kingdom of Blefuscu had declared an attack. The Lilliputians were frightened as Blefuscu's fleet of ships came sailing to their land. tiny men and women ran away to save their skins. Please help us, Gulliver. They are going to attack. Some men screamed to be saved. Get me a long rope, Gulliver said. He walked into the sea and tied all the approaching ships together. Gulliver dragged them in the water and pulled them the entire day. Finally, the Blefuscu army gave up and was in no position to fight. Lilliput had won the war. Everyone cheered. Gulliver was their hero. I am all praise for you. To express my gratitude, I have decided to send you to your hometown, the emperor uttered. He ordered everyone to help Gulliver to build a boat for him to sail on. With the help of the Lilliputians and their resources, a boat was made ready. Gulliver was ready to sail. Everyone gathered to see Gulliver off amid a great ceremony. Gulliver sailed north and was spotted by a ship. The sailor took him aboard, and Gulliver ventured out to explore more and more.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.